Good day, YouTube. World Money Wins here. I figured I'd share a little bit of a regret. I wish I would have paid more attention to 90% silver when I started my journey. I always had a little bit. Every once in a while, you'd find one in your change. Back in the late 80s, my buddy in high school and we would go to Benjamin Franklin Bank. And we would buy rolls of $half, crack open the rolls of $half, pull out maybe 2 or 3 or 4 silver ones out of there, dump the rest in a bag, and take them back to the bank. And we'd rinse and repeat. Back then, it was normal. You would normally find 2 or 3 silver $half or silver quarters in a roll. And that was probably the cheapest way to get it. I can't remember even coin stores. I never really went to any coin stores back then when I was in my late teens, early 20s. So I don't know if they sold. I'm sure they did. They must have sold 90% silver. But I'm not sure what kind of premium they put on it because you could just find it at the bank. You just get it at rolls of quarters. So I guess when I really started stacking in earnest in the 90s, I wish I would have bought more of this stuff. Especially even like silver dollars. These aren't even, people don't even call these 90% silver. They call these, Morgans and peace dollars. They have their own separate value system. So it's not the same. So if this is, let's say, 18 times face value, this is not. The dollars, the silver dollars, have a little bit more collector premium. And so I do mainly stack bullion, but I do have some 90%. I think it's cool to have as far as history. It could be used for barterability if I need to. And I've heard of stores and restaurants actually taking this as like legal tender, like not like face value, but like if you're buying a cheeseburger at a certain restaurant. I can't remember where I saw it. Probably somewhere on Wall Street Silver and Reddit, where the restaurant would have like burgers like $5, but if you're paying in pre-65 coinage, it's like whatever 30 cents or whatever it was. I'm not even good at math, so it was a vast value. So you got basically melt value for your silver at the restaurant. There's a gun store that does it too, that accepts gold and silver. Or there's a few of them actually. But I wish I would have got more of this stuff because now it's a little bit higher premium. And even though the premiums are coming down, it's still this was just ridiculously cheap back in the day. And I think some of these I actually got not too long ago, like in 2018, 2019. I was going through a toll road in Chicago. I don't live in Chicago. I was going there to go to the airport. That was a long journey just to get the airport to go overseas. And the toll road, I got back, I think it was 3 pre-65 quarters back in my change. I got like 5 or 6 or 7 quarters back as change. They didn't have $1 bills for some reason. But so they gave me a handful of quarters back as my change, and there was 2 or 3, I can't remember now, 2 or 3 pre-65 quarters in there. I was like, I told my wife, I was like, let's go back around through that toll booth again and pay the toll. And she thought I was absolutely ridiculous, which, those are probably the only 2 silver ones. Or they could have had a cash drawer full of them. But somebody paid in silver. But if you ever find deals on this stuff, definitely grab it, because it does have the scarcity value of the silver, and the scarcity value of this form of silver will never be made again. At least not with these dates. But I figured I'd just give a little regret that I wish I would have got more of this when it was super cheap. Anyway, let me know if you guys are into pre-65 stuff, if you're into constitutional silver or junk silver or 90% silver or whatever you want to call it. I don't get triggered by any of it. Look at that slick right there. I still think it's cool. Anyway, I'll see if we can dig out some other stuff and see if there's any other knowledge I can pass along. And I just wish more people would get into it. So I started this channel, got out of my comfort zone. I'm not a camera person or a public speaker. As you can tell, I'm not very good at it. But I'm doing it. I'm forcing myself to do it, not for money, but for, just to get a little more exposure out there. Anyway, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.